War. War never changes. The truth is,
in this world, you are kept safe. Vault 66 protects us from radiation, disaster, and much worse. Wastelanders now roam the land, doing as they please without laws or rules. Even worse, robotic humans known as synths weave their way through society. And worse, mutants, monsters, and dangerous beasts seek to destroy us all. Luckily, some are very special. They will survive long enough to endure the fallout and help rebuild our world. Welcome to Fallout Origins.
Here, we're trying to get more rooms, but these tools, they just take forever and they're just not efficient. So today, we're going to get started on something called Tinker's Construct, and this should hopefully help us out a ton. So we're going to need this thing called grout, which to get that, we're going to need sand. We're going to need gravel, and we're going to need clay. So let's just go ahead and grab those and craft a ton of grout. I want to learn grout first of all, but what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to smelt this grout. And what this will let us make is we're going to need to make a smeltery, because we're going to want to make metal tools, and to make good metal tools from Tinker's Contract, we're going to need to build a smeltery. So we got to wait for this here, this seared brick, and then we can actually just go ahead and learn it. So to make it a little bit faster, we can literally just learn it. So first things first, we're going to need these seared bricks. So if you look at seared over here, first we're going to need a lot of these. So let's just grab a ton of those, and we're going to need to make a bunch of seared bricks. Let's make like a stack of seared brick right there, just so we have it. Next, we're going to need a seared furnace controller. So we're going to need to get a furnace out of here, which we should have furnaces. There we go. And we should be able to make that pretty easily. Next, of course, we're going to need to make the faucets, which are crafted like this. We're going to need a casting basin, a casting table, and we're going to need some other things. So we're going to need, let's see, let us look for what we're going to need. All right, because we're going to need a bunch of things here. We got to build this smeltery here. It's going to be critical to us actually being able to make anything essentially that we want to make, or that we might want to make. We're going to need smeltery drains, and we're going to need 2 drains, because we have one for the casting table and one for the casting basin. We're going to need we already have a casting table, so we don't need that. We're going to need a seared tank, which means we need glass, and then we don't even have any glass. Okay, we're going to need to take sand and smelt that up very quickly here, but no problem at all. We're going to be able to successfully make this thing. Also, we're going to need to make some other things here that are going to require slightly different resources. But let's first get the smeltery figured out and all sorted. I think that'll definitely be a smarter strategy here. So we're going to need to make a seared tank. We can actually make 2 tanks if we wanted to. And then we need to grab lava buckets here. And now that we've done that, let's go ahead and head down, and we can get started on this thing, because we're going to need this, because if we're going to continue to survive out here, we need to start being more efficient. So we're going to start by laying down a 3x3. We can go as high up on the walls as we want, but we're just going to make it this big for now. This is big enough, and it'll work successfully, so I'm not too worried about making it any bigger currently, but that'll likely change in the future as we need it to. Next, you got to take the controller, and you got to place the controller down. Okay, and over here we're gonna put a tank, and we're gonna fill that up with lava. Here we're gonna fill the tank, and by filling up the tank, it'll give us a little bit of power, which is something we're gonna need. And then over here we're gonna go ahead and put a smeltery drain, and we're gonna put a drain over here, and then right down there we're gonna go ahead and throw one of these bricks, put a drain there and a drain there. Put one of those there and one of those there, and that is essentially some of the main parts of the thing. We're gonna still need a little bit more, but that's like the main parts here. We need a smeltery controller, which is not this. We need a regular controller. That's what's wrong. Okay, not a seared furnace controller, but a regular controller. So let's go ahead and make that, and then we should be very, very close to having a fully functioning smelter here, which we're going to need this because we actually have to cast each individual tool part here to make these fancy overpowered tools. So here's this. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna need to grab a ton of resources that we want to make tools out of. So what we're gonna want to make tools out of right now, we're gonna need gold. Okay, so let's just grab a ton of gold, and we're gonna need to go ahead and put this into the smelter here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab 16 pieces of gold, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just get to work on crafting some other things here that we're gonna need as this smelts up. As you can see, it's gonna smelt in to our smelter. It's gonna go right into it, but we're gonna need to make some other things that are essential to making these very, very overpowered tools, and it's gonna be super awesome that we have these. So we're gonna need a lot of wood, so give me this, give me that, and some sticks we're gonna need as well. I believe we're gonna need a little bit of chest. We're gonna need some seared brick. We're gonna need some iron. All right, so first we're gonna want not a workstation. We're gonna need a tool station. That's what it's called. So we're gonna make a bunch of these stencils here very quickly, and the stencils we're gonna need a ton of. So we're gonna make a bunch of blank patterns, and let's make a crafting table, and we're gonna do this. And this is a basic tool station, but we can upgrade this pretty effectively here. We're gonna need to make a bunch of iron blocks. We're gonna need 4 iron blocks. We can use other ores as well, but I think using the iron is just the best way of going about it, and craft like that. There we go. We have a tool forge, which we're gonna need that to get metal tools and just better tools in general from that. And we're gonna want better tools because there's a lot of really, really efficient tools we can use to survive out here with this. So now we have a stencil table. So we're gonna need one of those, and we're also gonna need a part builder. So there we go. We have a part builder, and we're gonna want a pattern chest. So there's those. So now we're gonna go ahead and place all these down inside of our area here as well. So stencil table, workstation, part builder, and this. So now if you look over here, these are all the different tools we can make. There's a lot of tools that we can make here, as well as we can throw modifiers onto them. So what we're going to start with is we're actually going to go ahead and make a pickaxe. So what we're going to do is we're going to look over here and see what we need to make a pickaxe. And we're going to need a tool rod, a pickaxe head, and a binding. So we're going to go ahead and make a pickaxe head stencil, a tool binding stencil, and a tool rod. Now we're going to go ahead and quickly make these out of stone. We're going to need to grab cobblestone here and quickly make them out of stone. And then we're going to cast metal versions of these, which that'll be very, very necessary. So let's go ahead, and I'm not sure if it's cobblestone or regular stone, so let's just take both. And how do I know this, you might ask? Well, back when I was in the vault, I mean, this was kind of like in books and stuff, and we just like learned about this. So there we go. We got a stone pickaxe head, we got a stone binding, and we got a stone tool rod. So now what we're gonna do is, because their gold is melted here, as you can see, you go ahead and you place this down and you click the faucet, and we're gonna start getting these metal casts here, which is what we're gonna need. So now we have a pickaxe head cast, and we're gonna be able to do that. Now, what kind of pickaxe heads can we make is the question. There's a lot of different options here, and I want to see what the best one that we can make is. So I'm gonna need to figure out what's a good one here that we can make. So that's what we're gonna need to do. All right, well, we'll see in a second. Let's first finish up getting these made here, and let's just head up to the top. Now I believe I know which one we're going to want to use if we have it. Do we have some energetic, or no? We might not. Okay, we do. We actually have energetic alloy, which is what this is, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and try to make an energetic pickaxe head very quickly here, because that's going to be one of the best ones we can make. So let's go ahead and throw in a little bit of that right there. Now, there's another thing we were going to want to look at, of course, because you can really customize these tools a lot. So we're going to want to look, but we're looking for something with a modifier here that will have the durability increase or something along those lines. Now, we get modifiers, and modifiers are kind of like upgrades that you can put onto the pickaxe or onto something else. And I think we're honestly just going to make the whole thing out of energetic alloy for now, unless we have a better thing with durability here. But I don't know if we're gonna have anything that we can do that's better than energetic, which is 400. So we're gonna have to look into this here to make some stuff. But is there anything here better than 400? I don't know if there is. There's ardite, but we don't have that. we're gonna have to make use. Now thankfully we got the chickens from Mev, which give a ton of this energetic alloy, so we can make this stuff no problem. And we're gonna probably want to throw more of it in there because we're gonna probably be using it a lot. But we're just gonna figure out a pickaxe today. That's gonna be our priority here. I think that should be our goal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and throw the molten energetic alloy there, and we're gonna go ahead and cast it in here, and we're just gonna quickly make a pickaxe today because I need to keep expanding on this hallway here, and I can't really do that easily with this slow pickaxe. So there we go, we got a pickaxe head. We're gonna make the same with the other tool parts here, and in the pattern chest we can go ahead and throw those, and then in a normal chest over here we can throw these casts. So we'll do that, and there we go, and there we go, and eventually we'll make all the casts for the things that we need. But for today specifically, I just got to focus on getting this pickaxe. So there's that. Now we go over here, click on pickaxe, and we can go ahead and put this thing over here. So if you look, our pickaxe here currently is 1,300 durability. We have obsidian as the mining level, a 2.5 mining speed, attack of 6.6, modifier 3. So if you look, it's actually decently slow right now, but we are going to be changing that. Okay, we're going to make this a lot faster because we have modifiers. Okay, so as you see, we actually have 3 modifiers we can put on there. The first one we're going to want is going to require mossy cobblestone, and we're going to go ahead and craft these balls of moss. So what this will do is this will actually let us regenerate our pickaxe's durability passively, so it'll just never run out of durability. Another thing we're going to go ahead and do once we get this ball of moss on there, which is currently not working for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why the ball of moss isn't working, but I guess we'll have to figure that out in the future. But we can go ahead and throw haste onto our pickaxe if we want. So there we go. Now it's a lot faster. As you can see, much faster pickaxe than a diamond pickaxe, but we cannot get the ball of moss on there for some reason. So that doesn't work the way it used to, I guess, because right click with a bookshelf to turn this into mending moss. Okay, so we're gonna need a bookshelf, I believe. Let's go ahead and see. We gotta look into this. They must have updated something in the books in the vault. Didn't really tell me about it, I guess. But we'll have to go ahead and just experiment here and see if we can turn this into mending moss, because I believe that's what we need. Me at that bookshelf quickly here. Boom. Mending moss. Okay, it requires levels to do that. Well, we just spent XP. But there we go. We got mending moss. Mending moss modifier. Okay, so that seems exactly what we need. So you got to right click the moss onto a bookshelf. Noted. Okay, so there we go. Now we have mending moss. So essentially now our tool will break things a lot faster, and in addition to that, it'll also heal up, you know, the durability over time. So that's pretty useful, but we're just getting started with Tinker's Construct. Other tools and potential things that we can actually make for the future here, but I don't know exactly what tools I should be making, and I still got to do more research about the mod. So I might have to go back to the vault to get a book to learn about this. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Do I go back and grab it, or do I just try to learn it by myself? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, but we cannot learn mending moss, so that's going to be there. But that's going to do it. We made a really good pickaxe, and in the future we'll keep making other really good tools, I think, and eventually we'll have like the best tool set possible.